Good morning, beloveds. I'm having an odd morning because we had to shift our gym day. And because we had to shift our gym day, I shifted my rest day. And that means my rest day is today. I don't know what to do with myself. I turned my alarm off. I got up a little later. I let myself sleep in. I still have to go to work today, though, so it's just like, okay, how do I manage this? Do I do all the things? I don't know. I don't know. So we'll see how I manage to learn a new routine. It's good to change up your routine. I can get really bound into my routines. I like my routines. They make me feel safe. So when I change a routine, it's got to be a deliberate choice. And it can make me feel weird for a little while. So that's what's going on this morning. And, okay, so I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's August 19th. Our title is Who Possesses Whom? Our first quote is, "And he said unto them, Take heed and beware of covetousness, for a person's life consisteth not in the abundance of things which they possess." And that is Luke 12:15. If you have possessions which possess you, it is better for you to lose them that you may understand their temporary fleeting form. And that is The Science of Mind, page 315. And then our third quote is, "Greed is self-stealing. Excessive desire is really an affirmation of lack. And since what a person gets and achieves in this life is directly proportional to their own consciousness, excessive desire or greed will take away a lot more than it brings them." And that is Learn to Live, page 156. I came home one evening to find that my home had been burglarized. Knowing that someone had rifled through my possessions and taken many of my personal belongings was very unpleasant for me. I did the things I needed to do, such as notifying the police and the insurance company. Though I maintained a calm exterior, inside my emotions were running wild. When it was over and I was alone again, I knew I had to deal with the anger and hurt I felt. I reminded myself of all the things that I had learned in Science of Mind. Although I told myself, I know that there is some good in this, quite frankly, I felt none of that. I was angry and I felt very much a victim. Finally, I sat down, reached for some reading material, and began to search for something to give me peace of mind. Immediately, my eyes were drawn to this sentence: "A robbery is a clear indication of the absence of love." As I meditated on those words, I realized I not only needed to receive more love, I needed to give more. At that moment, love became for me infinitely more than I had ever understood it to be. It became forgiveness, release, and freedom. I am blessed, and I released my possessions. I was free. I am more than what I possess. I am love in expression. I am a custodian of my goods, but I am not possessed by them. I love and am loved. I bless all that I have and am open to receiving more. I release that which I no longer need. I welcome more good into my life. I am free. Alrighty then. And that's NH. I want to say that's Norma Hawkins. And immediately what I'm thinking is, yes, Norma Hawkins. Immediately what I'm reminded of is basically Buddhism. Because, let me think how I can say this. Attachment. That's what I'm after. Attachment. Because in Buddhism, there's the concept of suffering and attachment. And it is attachment that causes suffering. And the truth is, you're going to be attached. This is the reality of life. You are going to be attached. That means because you are going to be attached, you are going to suffer. Okay? There's no way to sugarcoat that. So the question becomes, is what you are attached to worth suffering for? Okay? And I say this in relation to both people and possessions. Because there are people that I am attached to that I absolutely am willing to suffer for. Okay? My dear friends, my family, people that I care about. Because I care about them, I am attached to them. Therefore, that relationship will cause suffering. All right? Are we willing to do that for material possessions? And I think that's what Norma Hawkins was going at there. It's like if we get too attached to material goods, then one, they will cause suffering. And two, they will interfere in other things, i.e. relationships, which is, I think, where she came at the idea of the absence of love. When we get too attached to our stuff, it interferes with our relationship with people. And when stuff interferes with our relationship with people, what's the point? Because I think part of the point of being here, now notice how I said, I think, I don't know for sure. This is speculation on my part. The point of being here, to taking these material forms and surrounding ourselves with material stuff, is for the interaction, the relationship, the play. And I use the word play. I was in a Zoom meeting last night. We were talking about one of our ministers, Reverend Marcia, who left us last December. And she was big on play. She was not big on stuff, but she was big on play. And she was big on relationships with people. And so it's reminded me that, when we interact with each other, we learn, we grow, we suffer. But I would tell you that is worthy suffering. I'm not a martyr. I don't enjoy suffering. I don't want to suffer. But I'm going to suffer for people, not for stuff. Now, I am a borderline hoarder. I like stuff. But the goal is to not let the stuff possess us. We possess stuff, and possessing stuff is okay. Do not ever let anybody tell you, because the Christians particularly do like to tell you that, stuff yes, I know. We're not martyrs. We are here to experience life. We are here to experience joy. We are here to experience all of that. And that comes with stuff. So stuff is good as long as we don't let it possess us. And that's part of what Norma was going at. Now, she went a much deeper level with her concept of the absence of love. But she was in a situation, and I don't know, you'd have to go talk to other people who have been burglarized. I mean, I've had stuff, stolen. I have not had that kind of violation. I've had other kind of violations. And it does bring up a whole bunch of feelings. And what's impressive about her story is that what she does is she says she remained calm outside, took care of what she needed to, and then she realized that she needed to go and take care of herself. She needed to go and deal with the anger and the hurt and the what have you. And what did she do? She turned to her spiritual practice. She turned to the Science of Mind readings. It may not have been Science of Mind, but that's where she went. That's where she went. And what was it that she said? I was angry and felt very much a victim. Finally, I sat down, reached for some reading material, and began to search for something to give me peace of mind. And that's what we do. It's like, it's not, when you come into Science of Mind, it doesn't mean you're not going to have those moments. But what it means is that when you have those moments, you have the tools to help get through them. It doesn't mean we won't have them. It means we have the tools to get through them. And so what she found, immediately my eyes were drawn to this sentence. A robbery is a clear indication of the absence of love. Okay, she meditated on that. She came to probably a completely different conclusion than I would have, but this is where we are. So as I meditated upon these words, I realized I not only needed to receive more love, I needed to give more. At that moment, love became for me infinitely more than I had ever understood it to be. It became forgiveness, release, and freedom. She released her stuff. She forgave the person who violated her space. And she let go. And that is in that moment of true freedom. She did not let herself be possessed by her stuff. She did not let herself be possessed by this experience. She was able to let it go. Would I be able to do it that quick? I don't know. Do I want to find out? Heck no. But here's the thing. If it were to happen, I have the tools I need to get through it. So, who possesses whom? We are beloved children of God. Okay. And that's why I like her affirmation so much. I am more than I possess. We are not our stuff. We are not our stuff. We are not our bodies. We are spiritual beings having a material experience, but we are not. We are not our stuff. We are not our bodies. And she says, I am love in expression. We are love in expression. So I am a custodian of my goods, but I am not possessed by them. And that's why, because I go back to the Science of Mind quote. If you have possessions which possess you, it is better for you to lose them that you may understand their temporary and fleeting form. Anybody who has gone through, and I will use the word purging, understands. It's hard. But that's when we realize we're being possessed by our stuff, and our stuff is creating suffering. So, far be it better for us to be willing to release our stuff than to have it taken from us. That's not an experience I want to wish on anybody. So, I am loved, I am blessed by all that I have, and am open to receiving more. I release that which I no longer need, and I welcome more good into my life. So I would tell you that the mission today, should we choose to accept it, thank you, Norma Hawkins, is to release that which we no longer need. We are always open to more good coming in our lives. And sometimes that good looks like material goods. And sometimes that good looks like people. Sometimes that good looks like new relationships or a refreshing of old relationships. But for more good to come in our lives, we've got to be willing to release that which no longer serves us. So that's your mission today. Be open to more good and willing to release that which no longer serves us. And that includes material goods, that includes relationships, and that includes beliefs about ourselves. Okay? All of that. So we can change the beliefs about ourselves. We can release the ones that no longer serve us and bring in new ones. All right. So that is the mission today. The other mission is the same mission I give you every day, which is to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself, whatever it looks like. Big, small, doesn't matter. Point is to please do something. And they take a couple of different tracks. One, they are about self-care. They are about making sure that you are taking care of yourself. But they're also about making sure that you are taking some enjoyment in life, some joy in life, having some amazing experiences in life. So they look like a deep breath. They look like taking a nap. They look like taking a walk. They also look like having a really amazing meal and really enjoying it. Or they look like having that slice of decadent cake and really enjoying it. Okay? They are temporary, fleeting forms. It all is, including this. We might as well enjoy it while we have it. So, create that habit, create that default setting, create that first response of being loving, of being kind, of being compassionate with yourself. There's no better person to practice on. And you deserve your own love. You deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own compassion. All right. That's how we make a world that works for everybody, by practicing on ourselves and creating a bank. So when we meet people that need a little extra, we have plenty to share. All right. So, as always, the other things that I recommend is to do something to engage your mind and your body, unless, i.e. today, it's a day of rest. In that case, let yourself sleep in a little longer. I would also encourage you, as I always do, drink plenty of water. We had a pretty interesting weather system come through yesterday. It may not make it into the 90s today. I'm not holding my breath there. But still, drink plenty of water. Hydrate. And get that early in your day, bright light, where my bright light is coming from there because it's cloudy and I think I just heard it raining. So, yay. Everybody's getting a drink, including Mother Earth, because she definitely, in our area, needs it. So, again, hydrate. Okay, and then, as always, open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you, you do live in heaven, right here, right now, all around you, all the time. Okay? It's an inside job. Because heaven is a state of mind. It is a state of consciousness. It is what we bring to the party. It is what we bring to the party. And so we absolutely can create heaven anywhere, anytime, in any situation. Because it comes from within out. So, take Emma's advice. Look for the good. Look for the big good. Look for the little good. Look for the medium good. Just look for the good and praise it. Because when we praise the good, when we are grateful for the good, we find more. Honestly, it's the way it works. So, all right. So that is what I know. I'm going to encourage you, as I always do. Oh, well, I'm getting all my phrases confused. I'm going to, if you need us, we are on the social medias. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. We've recently upped our TikTok game, thanks to Neo. She is amazing. So I would encourage you to check us out. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center or Creative Life Spark. The Instagram and TikTok are the Creative Life Spark. And I am the running Rev Ryan on the ones that I am on. So there is that. There's all kinds of content across all of the platforms. It's really amazing. Check them out. And if you want to know what's going on in the center, because I was so excited about the soul session that I forgot that there were 5 Wednesdays in this month. It's actually next Wednesday. So if you haven't missed it, but we've got a whole lot of soul sessions on the YouTube. So, go check that out and look at that playlist. Email info@creativelife.org. That will get you on the constant contact, and the hot links are hot. So, and our website is creativelife.org. Consistency in branding. Okay. I probably have stuff that I need to do, including going to work. So I'm going to remind you to have a great day, an amazing day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, an enchanting day, a magical day, a wondrous day, a Friday, at least this year. Or simply, hang on, a good day, a good day, or simply have a day, because you are enough just as you are. You are a beloved child of God in whom God is well pleased always and forever. It is a state of grace. It is granted. Doesn't have to be earned. You get it simply because you are here. Promise. Okay. So, yeah, Reverend David should be on around with 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you at 9 a.m. Barring anything unusual happening, I get my shaggy mane tamed. very excited. So I will be coming to you from a different location, but it should be around 9 p.m. AM. I am the AM. David is the PM. All right, beloveds. Know that you are loved. Take care of yourself, and I will see you next time.